my loves, welcome back to Paradigm Shift Tarot. I am Devrupa. I'm an astrologer, also a tarot reader. In this channel, we discuss astrology, tarot readings, and other things. I don't know what other things we discuss, but these are the two things we do discuss. Yeah, I'm thinking on making a video on Vastu because many of you were interested in that, and also a video on your nakshatra placement, your 7th Lord's nakshatra, because I have got quite a many questions on it. So this is about your foreign settlement, whether you will be having a foreign settlement or whether you'll be going to foreign lands or not. So the first thing that you have to see is your 10th house, your 9th house and 12th house and your 4th house. Okay, your 4th house is your marital bliss. Okay, your home atmosphere. Okay, so and then your 10th house, also your 7th house at times for your marital bliss. Sometimes you get married to an NRI, or you go somewhere and you marry that foreign girl and then you get the visa and you got to stay there. So that could also be a dynamic that could play out. So I wanted to keep that in mind. So let's say if you are let's say an Aries ascendant. Okay, so the houses that you will see is the Capricorn, Pisces, that is your 12th house, then your 9th house of Sagittarius, and also your 4th house, that is Cancer. Sometimes Ketu in Lagna does give you travels, okay, especially in case of your Navamsha or even in your birth chart, personal birth chart. Ketu in the first house does give a lot of traveling to the person. Now Rahu does give traveling and foreign settlements. If you have, let's say, 4th house, Rahu's placement in any of these houses could mean that you will go to foreign or have some kind of foreign relationships, or this could just mean that you will work in a very foreign company. Say if your 4th house has Rahu, okay, and Rahu isn't feels good in that place, so it could create some problems. See, 4th house deals with your mother, the care that your mother provides you with, the nourishment. Okay, so to go out in the previous days in astrology, going out of the state or going out of their own land used to be a punishment. Okay, so it's not a good thing according to Vedic astrology. So you need to have a very weak 4th house and very strong 12th house in order to go out, because 12th house is your foreign land. So 4th house from your homeland, the weak for homeland will actually take you to the foreign land. So you might not feel good in your home atmosphere. You might feel very congested or very suffocated, which is sometimes the case with first house Ketu. People does feel it. 4th house Rahu, they does feel it, that they don't have that satisfaction inside their home. They expect it to be more better, and that's why they go into foreign lands in the 12th house. So let's say if you have your 12th lord in 4th house, like in this case Jupiter in your Jupiter in Cancer, or your moon the 4th lord for Aries ascendant, the 4th lord, 4th house is Cancer and the 4th lord is moon. So if moon goes into the sign of Pisces in the 12th house, that could actually mean that you will have the settlements in foreign land. You might get settled in there. Now let's say if your Jupiter is placed in the 4th house, Jupiter is the lord of 12th house, placed in the 4th house in Cancer, exalted, that could also mean that you might have some problems, psychological problems inside your home, and that's why you might go to foreign lands and later on come back, or might settle down there as well. Okay, or there could be some problems related to your mom's health, that's why you have to go to foreign land, which is very possible in this placement, because 12th house also does deal with foreign places, psychological problems, asylums, and all the unusual places basically, because 12th house is of moksha. And also the connection between 4th and 9th can give you settlements in foreign. Let's say if your 4th lord is say moon, in this case in Aries ascendant, 4th lord is moon, and moon is some way connected to 9th lord, that is Jupiter, moon Jupiter conjunction, or like a Gaj Kesari yoga. Or let's say if your Jupiter is the Jupiter 9th house is in the 4th house, or there is a Viprit Raj Yoga where the moon is placed in Sagittarius and the Jupiter is placed in Cancer, that could also mean that you will actually take a very long foreign trip, or you could go to several foreign trips, especially the pilgrimage trips, or it could mean that you could study in a foreign university or a foreign institution, and you will go out there for your studies. Okay, so any connection between 4th and 9th, 4th house lord in 9th, 9th house lord in 4th, conjunction of both of these in 9th house or 4th house, some sort of connection between these two or 4th and 9th lord sitting together in 10th house could also mean that you will leave your foreign land, go in a foreign land and study there and work there as well, because 10th house is your public image and your work. Okay, 10th house Rahu does make you some kind of a mimic or actor. It could also take you out for your career. It could make you work in MNCs. Another conjunction that I have seen for foreign settlement is Rahu, Sun and Mercury. Okay, so Rahu, Sun and Mercury conjunction sometimes does give, in certain houses obviously, maybe in 3rd house, it can give foreign settlements. Okay, but it does have some problems regarding your marital bliss, but it does give you a foreign settlement in most of the cases. Not, if not like a foreign settlement, like you might not go from India to, let's say, USA, but you might go to Malaysia, or you might go to some other state. Suppose you're born in Mumbai and then you go to Delhi for your work. This is even possible. Okay, and with 10th and 12th, so let's say 4th and 9th is done. Now 4th and 12th connection, the mutual aspects or like their conjunction, let's say Jupiter and Moon is again conjuncted for Aries ascendant, or Jupiter in the sign of Cancer. There is a mutual aspect between 4th and 12th lord, can give you foreign settlements. Also, you could have a lot of properties in foreign lands, or you could like buying properties in countryside, which is very possible. And if say your 10th lord has some connection with your 12th house or your 9th house, in this case in Aries ascendant case, the 4th 10th lord is Jupiter, Saturn, and the 9th lord is Jupiter. So there is a connection. If let's say you have this conjunction in your 2nd house. Okay, 2nd house is in Taurus. So if you have a conjunction between your Jupiter and your Saturn, okay, that also creates a dharma karma adhyapati yoga, because 9th is the house of dharma and then 10th is the house of karma, and it also takes you out in foreign land for your work. Okay, now let's say if you have a like connection between your 10th and 12th lord, which in this case again is Jupiter and then Saturn, so this could again take you into foreign lands for your work. And because 10th house deals with your work and daily wages, sometimes even 2nd house can play a important role, because 2nd house is your family property. So this could mean your father or your family was somehow related to foreign, or your father had a job where you guys have to like change a lot of cities, if 2nd house is also involved in those houses. So any connection between 4th, 12th, 4th, 9th, 10th, 12th, 10th, 9th, or there is a connection between 9th, 4th, 12th, 9th, as I have said, could mean that you will have a settlement in foreign area. Also, any Rahu in any of these places in good dignity, and also conjuncted, Rahu conjuncted with 9th, or Rahu conjuncted with 10th, or Rahu conjuncted with 4th, or in the 4th house itself, Rahu in the 12th house, in a good dignity. Obviously, if Rahu is not in a good dignity, if it's dispositor, you have to see Rahu's dispositor. Say Rahu is in your 4th house. Okay, so you have to see your moon placement. Where is your moon placed? That would also be considered, because if Rahu is not, if moon is weak in Scorpio and Rahu is sitting in Cancer, so it could just create some problem in your home life, and you might not be able to go away in foreign land. So yeah. So there could be some issues if Rahu is not dignified, it's not placed in a good dignity. Otherwise, you have to see your 7th house, as I was saying, if there is any connection between 7th, in this case, in Aries ascendant case, 7th house lord is Venus. So if let's say Venus is somehow is in the 1st house, or Venus is conjuncted with the 9th house lord Jupiter, or Venus is conjuncted with the 12th house lord Jupiter, or there is some sort of mutual aspect or connection between 7th, 10th, 7th, 12th and 9th, This could mean that obviously you're gonna go and marry in different foreign land, and so your spouse could be foreign, and that's why you have to go and change the city for your spouse, or you could meet the spouse while traveling. These are the possibilities. Also, you could get a foreign spouse because this is the house for it. And Rahu in the 7th house does give you some problems in marital life, but it also gives you a person who actually stays in foreign or has some sort of connection with foreign, or works in an MNC, or you could be working in an MNC. Also, another thing I wanted to mention is that 7th Lord connection with I said that 7th Lord connection with 12th house sitting in 9th house is a very strong yoga for going out. However, there could be some problems, other problems, but since we are discussing just foreign settlement, so we would just stick to that. So as I have said that 7th Lord with 12th house Lord conjuncted in 9th house, or 7th house Lord conjuncted with 9th house in the 12th house could mean that you will go foreign lands for your studies or for some sort of treatment, or you could just feel like going somewhere. You are a travel freak. In Navamsha, Ketu in the 1st house does give you a very adventurous nature. Sometimes Moon Ketu conjunction does give you a passion for traveling, because again Ketu is illusion and Ketu likes moksha. So you might be a traveler kind of a person, and it's also the yoga for it's called Chanya Chara yoga or something in Bengali. So it makes you a person who is very vagabond type. Also gives you very good voice. So these are some of the things that I wanted to mention, and I hope you have liked it. And let me know down in the comment section what are your placements and how do you feel about this video, and are you planning on going to foreign lands, and if it is so, what country it is, which state it is. Let me know. And bye, see you in my next video. Till then, take care.